Good morning, students. So we are continuing with the Boolean algebra. The next concept is min-term and max terms. If you want to reduce any expressions, we are going through these two terms, min-term and max term. In coming topics, we are going to use this min-term and max term with respect to Karnaugh map. What min-term states and what max term states is that product of all the literals with or without bar within a logic system is called as a min-term. Product of all the literals with or without bar within a logic system is called as a min-term. In the same way, max term, sum of all the literals with or without bar within a logic system is called as a max term. To take the example, if I am writing a variable a, b and just take the capital ABC, a, b and c, we can able to say all these will be having, if I am not writing any dot symbol also, it will be considered as a multiplication sign is present in between these two. If you are not writing the dot also, it will be treated as a, you have to multiply a into b into c. So we can able to say that product of all the literals, product of all the literals. If I am having expression x plus y or a plus bc, here it will be multiplying, here we are multiplying b and c, we are multiplying ABC, here we are not considering any multiplication, we have put the plus sign. So product of all the literal means, if you are writing an expression, if you are having 3, 4, any number of variables, it has to be multiplied with each other, is called as a product of all the literals. What do you mean by all the literals? Consider, if I am taking this one as a product of all the literals means, I am having 3 variables here, a, b and c, a, b and c. Here I am missing bc, here I am missing a. If you want to say it as a min term, we should have all the variables. Here we have to consider bc, here we have to consider a. Then whatever the expression that we are getting, then it will be treated as a min term. If you are having 3 variables, all the 3 variables should be considered. If you are having 2 variables should be there in a expression. Then only we can say that it is a product of all the literals with or without bar. Is called as a, within a logic system is called as a min term. Always we are using a small m to represent a min term. In the same way, sum of all the literals with or without bar within a logic system is called as a max term. If I am considering a plus b plus c, this is the sum of all the literals. If I am having 3 variables, have used all the 3 variables in the expression a plus b plus c. It can be used like this, a plus b, if I am taking b plus c, here c is missing, here a is missing. It cannot happen in a max term. If you are saying it as a max term, all the literals should be present. Here you have to substitute c, here you have to substitute a, then only it will become a max term. This is what min term and max term will be stating. Next, we will be moving on to SOP and POS form, sum of products and product of sums. It is same as min term and max term, but the only difference is that here all the literals should be present within a logic system. Here you may have missed with some variables within a logic system. SOP is same as min term, but the only difference is that here all the literals should be present, but here you may miss some literals in an expression. This can be treated as a SOP expression, sum of products. BC will be multiplying, so product A, we are having a single variable and both should be added with the help of a plus sign. That's why we are calling it as a sum of products. Products are summed, another concept. products are summed ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ we are going to treat. Then we are using POS form, product of sums. I will be explaining that one. Here I have written two examples for sum of products and two examples for product of sums, where we have considered A plus BC, where products are summed. Here also I am considering A, B, C bar plus A bar, B, C. Here we will be having three variables. If you are considering only A, here two terms are missing, that is B and C. If you are considering this one BC, we will be missing with A term, and it can be a sum of product term. If you want to convert it into a standard min term, then we have to write like this. If you are having three variables either in complement or non-complement form, all the variables should be present within a logic system. Here we have considered A, B, C is present, but it is in the form of complement, C bar. Here also we are having three variables, all the three variables are going to be considered, but we are having A bar, B, C. This is what min terms stands, and this is what sum of products stands for. In sum of product term also, this can also be considered as the sum of product, and it cannot be treated as a min term because we are missing with some variables. In the same manner, in the product of sum method also, the first one can be considered as a product of sum method or a max term because all the variables are present with or without bar. We are adding all the variables. So product of sums, we are summing the variables ABC, we are summing the variables ABC, then we are making a multiplication. That's why we are calling this one as a product of sums. Here also we can able to say this expression as a product of sum, but we cannot able to say this one as a max term because here we are missing with CD and here we are missing with AB. It can be converted into standard POS form and standard SOP form. Both can be considered. So this is what product of sums and sum of products states. Now we will consider an expression A plus BC, that we are saying it as a sum of products. How we should converting it into a min term or standard sum of products, that we are going to see now. Here two terms are missing, that is BC, and here one term is missing, that is A. We will be doing step by step. First I am going to use B plus B bar here to complete the expression or to convert it into a standard form BC. As we know, B plus B bar means the output will be 1 itself because that is x plus x bar is equal to 1. If the value of x is 0, x bar will be 1, or x is 1, x bar will be 0. In either cases we are going to get 1 as output. 1 into A, we are going to get x into 1, x. In the same way, 1 into A, we are going to get A itself. It won't make any difference to the expression. That's why we are substituting B plus B bar to the expression. Now simplify the expression. AB plus AB bar plus BC. Now we will be having three expressions. Once again, we are going to consider all the three expressions. Here we are missing with C. Once again I am going to substitute AB of C plus C bar. Here we are missing with C. AB bar of C plus C bar. Here we are missing with A term, A plus A bar of BC. The same formula has to be applied here also. Now simplify the expression. ABC plus ABC bar plus A B bar C plus A B bar C bar plus A B C plus A bar B C. Look for the redundant values, that is if any one of the expression is similar, any two of the expression is similar, we can easily replace it with a single expression. That is, if x plus x is there, we can replace it as a x. In the same manner, if two of the expressions are same, we can replace it with a single expression. Here ABC and ABC are similar, so I can able to write it as a single ABC. Instead of writing two, I am going to consider only one. Now looking for the next expression, AB C bar. No such expressions, so AB C bar. Next one, this one is also done. Then A B bar C. A B bar C is not there, so I am writing it as A B bar C plus, this one is also done, A B bar C bar plus A bar B C. So we are having a standard soft form, or you can say that it as a min term, where within a logic system we will be having three variables A, B, C. All the variables are present either in complemented or non-complemented form throughout this expression, and it can be treated as a min term or standard sum of products. A, B, C, all the variables are present. C is present in the form of complemented form. B is complemented here. B, C are complemented form, A bar is complemented form, and we will be having all the variables within a logic system. This is how we are going to convert a normal soft form into a standard or into a min term. Next we are moving with the Karnaugh map. Before going into a Karnaugh maps, we need to understand the concept of gray code and binary codes. As we discussed in the first year itself, what is a binary code? Binary code. Binary means we will be having two values, that is zeros and ones. In that we are going to use various number systems, that is binary, octal, decimal and hexadecimal number systems. All these number systems will be considered as a weighted code, because each position is having a weight for its own position. If I am writing 1010, it will be treated as 10, because in decimal we will be treating it as a 10, because each position will be having a value. The first position, that is 2 to the power of 0, 2 to the power of 1, 2 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 3, that is 1, 2, 4, 8, which has been already discussed in the first year itself. The decimal equivalent is 10, because we will be having a 1 in a second position and we will be having a 1 in 8th position. So 8 plus 2 will be having 10. This is how we are going to represent a binary number, and all these binary, octal, decimal and hexadecimal will be treated as a weighted code. In some of the logical circuits we need to use non-weighted codes. So for non-weighted codes we are using a gray and XS3 code. Gray and XS3 code. Gray and XS3 code. If I am writing it as a 1100, in normal, if it is a normal binary number, then we can able to say it as a value 12 in decimal, but in gray code it will not represent the value 12. It will be having a different number. For coding purpose also, for coding and decoding we are using gray, just to provide the security for the data. Why we need to study about a gray code? Means that whenever you are using a Karnaugh map, to map in mapping, we are going to use the number system of gray code. How we are going to use this gray code, that will be discussed. XS3 means if I am having 0, in XS3 we will not have a 0. Instead of that, it will start with 3 itself. XS3, the name itself saying that you have to add 3 to that number. Then we are going to get a new number. It will represent a 0 in XS3. 0011 will represent 3 in XS3. Now consider this table where I have written the decimal numbers up to 10. You can go up to 15 numbers also. Where binary number is considered, we are using a 4-bit representation for representing each decimal number. 0 can be represented in 4-bit format as 0000. 1 can be represented as 00001. 2 can be represented as 0010. You can, if you are having doubt, you can, to simplify that one, you can write the positional weights of the digits. 1 starting from the right hand side, 1, 2, 4, 8, it will be continuing as 16. For this, for simplification purpose, I have written the weights of the individual bits. 3, 4, 5 can be represented as 0101, 0101. 6 can be represented as 0110, 7 can be represented as 0111, 8 can be represented as 1000, 9 1001, 10 1010. You can observe the changes from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. If you are incrementing a value or if you are decrementing a value, the total number of bits changed from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. Just observe the how many bits are going to be changed. Here, first I am considering all bits as 0. If I want to represent incrementing the value by 1, then this bit only changing, this bit changing to 1 and all other 3 bits remaining same. Here, we will be changing 1 into 0, 0 into 1. Here also, here only 1 bit changing, 0 is changing to 1 and 1 will be same, 1 and 0 0 will be same. Here we are changing 1 into 0, 1 into 0, 0 into 1. Total 3 bits have been changed. Here only 1 bit has been changed. Here once again 2 bits are changing, 1 is changing to 0, 0 is changing to 1. You can see the number of bits changes when we are incrementing the value by 1 will be more in binary. If we are using a gray code, it will be having a rules. If you are changing from 0 to 1 or 2 to 3 or 4 to 5, it should be a only 1 bit change. If you are incrementing a value by 1, the remaining, the previous bits and the next bits, in that you have to change only a single bit. For that we will be having a formula. If you want to get a G3 bits, this one will be a, if I am writing 0 0 0, this will be a B0 bit, B1, B2 and B3. We need to change it into G3, G2, G1 and G0. How we are going to change this one? G3 is equal to same as B3. No changes in this one. You can write 0 as it is. If you want to get G2, then you have to add these two numbers B3 and B2. What is the value of B3? And I am putting a circle for plus sign, exclusive property of a OR gate. When even number of ones are there, the output is 0. When odd number of ones are there, the output is 1 for this exclusive property of a OR gate. That you have to consider. So G3 is equal to B3. To get G2, we need to add B3 plus B2, considering if odd number of ones are there, the output is 1. If even number of ones are there, the output is 0. 0 plus 0, once again we are going to get 0 itself. B3 plus B2. The formula will be B3 plus B2. Then to get the G1, we need to add B2 plus B1. B2 plus B1. Once again we are going to get 0. Next one, B1 plus B0. To get G0, we need to add B1 plus B0. Once again we are going to get 0. This formula has to be applied to convert all the binary digits into gray code. Now consider first one. As we said in the formula itself, you need to consider B3 as G3. Now you have to add 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 0, 0. So the first 0 will be represented both in binary and gray as same. Next consider this one. Next consider this one. B3 is same as G3 is same as B3. Now you have to add these two numbers. B3 plus B2, 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 1, 1. Once again, both are identical. In this, we are not changing any two bits at a time. So only single bit changing, so no changes. Here, 0, that is G3 is equal to B3, same as it is. 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 1. If odd number of 1 is there, I have to put it as 1. 1 plus 0, once again I am going to write it as 1 itself. Here it is 0 0 1 0, here 0 0 1 1. Only this 0 is changing to 1, only one bit is changing. From here to here we are changing only the one bit. Next, if you are considering 3, 0 as it is, 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 1. There are two ones. I have already told you that if even number of ones are there, the output is always 0. So here also this 1 is changing to 0, all the remaining 3 bits are same. Continuing with the other bits. So 0 as it is, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 0, 1, 0 plus 0, 0. Here also only this bit is changing. 0 as it is, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 0, 1, 0 plus 1, 1. Only this bit is changing. Consider next one. 0 as it is, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 1, 0, 1 plus 0, 0. 0 as it is, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 1, 0, 1 plus 1, 0. Sorry. Here 0 as it is, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 1, 0, 1 plus 0, 1. Then 1 as it is, 1 plus 0, 1, 0 plus 0, 0 plus 0. Next 1 as it is, 1 plus 0, 0 plus 0, 0 plus 1. 1 as it is, 1 plus 0, 1, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 0, 1. You can take up to decimal digit 15. Now, here we are incrementing each step by value 1. From here to here, we are changing only this bit. From here to here, we are changing only 0 to 1. From here to here, 1 is changed to 0. From here to here, we are changing 0 to 1. Here, 0 to 1. Here, 1 to 0. All remaining 3 bits are same in all the values of gray code. That is what the gray code is stating. So, whenever we are writing a Karnaugh map, we need to consider the gray code system. There we are going to write the gray code. There it should not create any confusion. For that purpose, we have discussed how we have to represent a gray code. Already this has been discussed in the first year itself. Once again, we are brushing with the concepts.